You know, it's story time. It wasn't too long ago when people said that Dababy was one of the hottest rap artists, music artists in the game. But at this current time, things have changed. People really don't feel the same way. They saying that he's falling off. They don't like the way he's been moving. So what exactly has been happening over his career to go from one of the hottest in the game to the point where they say that he's selling tickets, concert tickets, 2 for 1 at the Cheesecake Factory? Well, let's start with the shooting back at Walmart. Back in October 2018, the rapper was involved in a deadly shooting inside a Walmart in Huntersville, North Carolina. When officers arrived at the scene, they discovered the body of a 19-year-old Jalen Dominique Craig, and days later, it was announced that Dababy was one of the 4 people detained for questioning by authorities. In a profanity-laced Instagram tirade, the rapper alleged that Craig and another man had robbed him while brandishing a weapon and threatening his family. While Dababy was initially charged with murder, the charges were eventually lowered to a misdemeanor of carrying a concealed weapon after security footage from inside the Walmart corroborated his story that he was forced to kill the teenager in self-defense. See, that helped his career. It said, yo, Dababy is real. You better not mess with Dababy. He'll pull it out on you. But then things kept happening. For instance, in January 2020, Dababy was detained and questioned for his connection to a robbery investigation, according to TMZ. The rapper and multiple members of his crew jumped a music promoter for only paying him $20,000 out of the $30,000 that was owed for a Miami performance. The reports alleged Dababy stole a credit card, an iPhone 7, and $80 from the promoter. But he was not charged with robbery. After spending 48 hours at the Miami-Dade County Jail, the rapper was released and later charged with battery for his involvement in the incident. Once again, that'll help his career. He's a gangster rapper. So he's like, listen, don't play with Dababy. It's all adding up to the persona. But then it keeps going. Back in March 2020, Dababy slapped a female fan on the way to the stage. The incident resulted in him getting booed off the stage and leaving the venue without performing any songs. Dababy later took to Instagram to issue a public apology and said, "I do sincerely apologize. I'm very sorry that there was a female on the other end of that flashlight on the phone, but keep in mind, I couldn't see you because you had to flash this close to me. I think by this time, it's a well-known fact that male or female, I would have responded the exact same way." A lot of people didn't like that though. You on camera punching a female like that, and on top of that, that's one of your fans. People started to get turned off, but he was coming out with hot songs, so it really didn't matter. Then, he was endorsing Kanye West for his presidential one. Back in August of 2020, Kanye West took to Twitter and gave a nod to Dababy in his signature ad-libs, "Let's go." Dababy ad-lib, by the way, the North Carolina rapper caught wind of Ye's tweets and responded, "Warning, use the let go ad-lib at your own risk. It makes you unstoppable. I'ma let y'all finish, but you got me effed up. You think I ain't voting for Ye?" Now, this turned a lot of Dababy, so he got backlash for that because they was like, listen, if you voting for Kanye, you gonna be taking away votes for Biden. And because everybody was pretty much, his fan base was pretty much against voting for Trump again. Then he came out with the collaboration with Tory Lanez, and this is where stuff gets dicey, because in January 2021, Megan Thee Stallion fans was upset with Dababy after Tory Lanez, who was charged with felony assault for shooting a female rapper in both of her feet. He said, dance. Is it true? We don't know. I think they supposed to be going to court later this year. It said that incident happened back in July 2020. And they teased the collaboration with Dababy and Megan, and Dababy previously worked together on the singles Cry Baby and Cash Ish. It says Lanez hinted at the collaboration with Dababy on Instagram using the hashtag 2021umbrella. A release date for the untitled track was never announced or formally released, though Dababy appeared on Lane's Scat, which was released in June 2021. So a lot of people say, hey, how you gonna be working with Tory and bringing out Tory on stage when he allegedly did this to Megan and you supposed to be cool with Megan? Dababy like, listen, man, I'm out here getting my money. Then he had the incident which really derailed his career, was the rant at Rolling Loud back in 2021. Because he came under fire for his homophobic comments he made while performing on stage at the event. He said, if you didn't show up today with HIV/AIDS or any of them deadly STDs that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, then put a cell phone light in the air. Ladies, if your coochie smell like water, put your cell phone light in the air. Fellas, if you ain't sucking no D in the parking lot, put a cell phone light in the air. And then later, Dababy tried to justify his comments at the festival by saying that his gay fans of his do not have any of this situation because they are not nasty gay jiggers or junkies. And then following that incident, several festivals just started removing him from everything. Lollapalooza, Governor's Ball, Park Life Festival, Days in Vegas, Austin City Limits, Music Midtown, and the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Everybody started dropping him from their festivals. You know one thing about sponsors and everything, you do anything of any nature, they'll drop you. They don't care. And then another thing that really started turning people off with Dababy is that when he was getting into it with his baby mother and him was on live. He was trying to kick her out. He said that, I was recording it for his own safety because he like, this woman ain't about to try to lie on me and say I did something that I didn't do. I just wanted to get out the house. That took place for everybody to see. And situations like that, a lot of times people really just don't care what you got going on. They felt this shouldn't have happened. You shouldn't put the mother of your kid out. From my understanding, Dababy could have stayed, but he wanted her to go. And he was like, listen, I had to record this for my own safety before she said something pretty much. And that caused her brother to get mad. Her brother Brandon went on live after that saying how he was gonna mess up Dababy, beat up Dababy when you see him. You don't do that to his sister in his own sight. But then what ended up happening back in February 2022, they end up seeing each other and her brother Brandon pretty much got the brakes beat off of him in the bowling alley. And you have a lot of people say, hey, Dababy was up there. They didn't have to jump him with him and his security. Dude was talking crazy at first. So then dude tried to come back and say he actually filed the lawsuit against Dababy. Talk about, hey, I was just trying to talk. Man, you wasn't just trying to talk. You were just on live going crazy, talking all that gangster-ish. And then you went up there and got beat down. And then you turned around and sued him. Okay, let's call the spade a spade. And we don't stop there. Dababy also got into shot somebody at his house back in April 2022. The victim went to the hospital, but the injury wasn't life-threatening or anything like that. And the police didn't say whether Dababy was involved in the shooting, but by the 911 call that was made by Dababy, he told the operator, this guy was trespassing on my property. I shot him in his leg. And then he says, listen, niggas get shot every day, B. You'll be all right. You tough, right? He said, I chose not to take a life the other day, and it felt great. So basically a person was trespassing. Once again, don't mess with Dababy. Dababy a pop, pop, pop. And then one of the latest incidents that really got people turned off about Dababy was that he just came out with a song pretty much dissing Megan Thee Stallion. Now this took place back on September 23rd, 2022. And in this song, he pretty much said that he was sleeping with Megan Thee Stallion when the whole situation was going on with Tory. He had some lyrics that said something like, you play with me, that ish was childish. The day before she said that Tory Lanez shot her, I was effing on Megan Thee Stallion. Waited to say that ish on my next album. Hit it the day before too, but I kept it player. I ain't say nothing about it. Had her pretty boyfriend tweeting me, ready to die about the itch like a coward. I told you jiggers don't play. Now you gonna have to handle me. I poked the fucking bear. I'm an animal. And then people really just got turned off by that. So right now they saying that Dababy he's having a hard time selling out shows. Promoters are losing money. They said he was selling his tickets 2 for $1. They said he was selling his tickets at the Cheesecake Factory. So you let me know, is Dababy falling off or is he just going through something? Because I know only thing he got to do is come out with a hit and all things will be forgiven. Leave a comment, hit that subscribe and notification bell. Is Dababy falling off or is he just going through something at the moment and he can bounce back? Let me know if the antics of Dababy has turned you from a fan to a foe. And remember, there's no game but tie game. Let's go.